I said 75. What did you say to me?
I think it's, could be as high as 150,000 this year.
So double what I thought was.
Yeah.
150,000, so we're tripling at this point.
I don't
consider it a store of value or
it's a store of value, not speculative.
That goes up. If it was a store of value, it would stay one price.
No. Like gold was $300.
Chaos erupted on the set of CNBC today after host Andrew Sorkin asks investment manager Tom Lee his Bitcoin price prediction. I've never seen a CNBC host try to control the conversation like this. Look at Andrew Sorkin's face.
But in the history of the world,
right?
If 99% of the nefarious activities were using dollars, why don't you have the same negative viewpoint towards a dollar?
Because it has a great utility, in the same way the car has a great utility.
Well, because you don't appreciate the utility of Bitcoin doesn't mean that other people don't appreciate it.
The only people right now that appreciate
No, that's not true. That's not true. I don't appreciate it because I'm using it for ransomware. I appreciate it because it's a store of value. I don't appreciate it.
A store of value or
it's a store of value, not speculative.
That goes up. If it was a store of value, it would stay one price.
No. Like gold was $300.
What does his face say? What does his face say? It's almost like he's telling his fellow co-host, don't promote this. Watch yourself, friend. You know we can't promote Bitcoin. But why not? Why not? Why is so much of the mainstream media so adverse to Bitcoin? BlackRock's in. Fidelity's in. Bitcoin is being recognized as a global asset class around the world. Bitcoin's supply flow is about to be cut in half. Bitcoin could be at 75,000 this year. Bitcoin could get as high as 150,000 this year. The investment thesis is obvious. Listen.
I said 75. What did you say to me?
I think it's, could be as high as 150,000 this year.
So double what I thought was.
Yeah.
150,000, so we're tripling at this point.
Yeah, because you've got demand improving with the ETF, and you have the supply shrinking with the halvening. And if monetary policy eases, which we expect, that's supportive of risk assets. And Bitcoin's holding up. I mean, that's another reason why I don't think a drawdown's going to start that soon. I mean, Bitcoin's been rallying the last couple weeks.
Guess what? 75,000 Bitcoin price to 150,000 Bitcoin price is only the price outlook for this year. Most people do not realize the implications of a limited supply asset and a global network that the bigger it gets, the more useful it becomes. Like this is really the price point that so many are waiting for.
I don't know anymore.
And are you in, let me just go back. Are you in the camp of this is like a $500,000 valued? Over 5 years, are you?
Yeah, it is sound money. And I think it's proving to be useful. And
proving to be useful how?
Did you hear that? Insane. CNBC anchor Andrew Sorkin pretends like he doesn't understand the utility and the value prop of Bitcoin. Let's explain it to him again.
Proving to be useful how?
Well,
it's very useful if you're an investor right now.
Yes, it's been a great store of value. It's been a good risk asset. It's also incredibly secure. There hasn't been a single fraudulent entry on the blockchain since inception. I don't think any bank can say that's true of their P&L and accounting. 6% of banking transactions are suspicious, 0% on the Bitcoin.
What did Gensler say the other day, that he trusts the Oracle database more than the blockchain distributed ledger? Does that? But that was bizarre, wasn't it?
That's why people think it has inherent value.
So you trust it more than an Oracle database, or you trust it more
trust it more than a lot of the Bitcoin bulls say they trust it a lot more than the central bank that enables the fiscal authorities to spend money to the tune of $33 trillion.
That's everybody's investment choice.
Yep, this isn't the first time that all hell has broken loose on the set of CNBC. Just a week or so ago, Gary Gensler was on, and it was a fight.
How many times do you have people on this show that say, I want to invest in something because how the books and records are kept? I mean, Joe, really? It's just an accounting ledger, a clever...
It's a ledger that everyone has, and can't be double counted. It's almost immutable. This is how much has been money laundered with Bitcoin. This is how much. This is Bitcoin. This is dollar. You're so smart. You're at MIT, and people listen to your... what you think about Bitcoin, and it is troublesome to me if I look at it and I see all the merits of it, and someone that taught about it and understands it seems to have an opinion that maybe it's don't know, pet rockish or something.
Real quick, my friends, cryptocurrency taxes do not have to be scary. Pay your taxes, and you can get your taxes done in minutes through our partner, CoinLedger. Use our link below to create a free account and get your crypto taxes done. This is the TurboTax of crypto. I've used this. This is completely free to use. You do not pay upfront. You only pay at the end when you want to download your tax report. It's so easy to use. You get your crypto taxes done in minutes. All you do is connect your wallet to CoinLedger. CoinLedger automatically calculates your gains, your losses, your income in your home fiat currency for free. So you track your gains, your losses, your income for free with this software. If you use our link below, you only pay at the end if and when you want to download your tax report. Again, you must use our affiliate link to get all perks. Make sure you use our link below. These guys are like the TurboTax of crypto, but they're also trusted by regular TurboTax in that CoinLedger tax reports can be easily and simply imported into your TurboTax or Tax Act or whatever tax software you use. I've used this service before. CoinLedger Crypto Tax Service works. You will not stress over your crypto taxes if you use this. Make sure that you use our affiliate link below so that you're able to set up a free account with them and try this out for free. You use this service, it takes 5 minutes. You will have such peace of mind when you're done. Crypto taxes are easy with CoinLedger. So back to today. Look how important it is for Andrew Sorkin to bring up tired, anti-Bitcoin talking points that if you subscribe to us, have been proven either untrue or framed completely deceptively time and time again. Look at this.
Despite what you said about sort of how good the blockchain is to be able to find where things are, it is the medium of choice for ransomware. I mean, just you go through the list of sort of terrible illegal behavior. People in that world seem to love Bitcoin. What does that say about this?
Well, pirates were the first people that liked gold, so we knew gold was a good store of value. But I think equally important, the dollar is used in more illicit activities.
99.
I know we talked about that. Obviously,
99.9.
And Joe's made that point before, but you don't. So you ascribe nothing to the idea that Bitcoin is a beloved currency for those who are trying to do nefarious things.
Well, here's a way to think of it. Criminals don't trust anybody, but they trust Bitcoin. And so if you want to say what is a trusted asset, it's really what would be the least trustworthy code.
Understand that they are trying to scare you away. Because I'm sure when Bitcoin breaks all-time highs and all of their buddies have bought in, CNBC will be changing their tune. But for now, this is what we get. At least they still have Tom Leon. At least Joe Kernan is pushing back on the BS. Look at this. Look at this chaos.
This is like saying you follow the technology that starts with PORN, right?
No, I think
because that's.
I think it's like
right. I remember like videotapes and this.
It's like blaming the object for itself for the nefarious behavior when it's the humans that are using that. I mean, can you imagine the world of pain management without strong pain medicine? Look what happens when you abuse the pain medicine. But can you imagine it with it's and I've even used you take a car or a truck, and I can go run a car into a parade and run over 40 people. That doesn't mean we shouldn't have cars, does it?
No. You should have cars.
No, of course, but some have more utility. No, but this is the difference, and I will take Gary Gensler's side on this particular description of the situation.
Yeah.
A car has immense value to society, economic value to society. There's a utility case.
But why doesn't it resonate with you?
You could argue that a strong Tylenol actually has
but in the history of the world,
utility.
In the history of the world,
right?
If 99% of the nefarious activities were using dollars, why don't you have the same negative viewpoint towards a dollar?
Because it has a great utility in the same way the car has a great utility.
Well, because you don't appreciate the utility of Bitcoin doesn't mean that other people don't appreciate it.
The only people right now that appreciate
that's not true. That's not true. I don't appreciate it because I'm using it for ransomware. I appreciate it because it's a store of value. I don't appreciate
a store of value or
it's a store of value, not speculative.
that goes up. If it was a store of value, it would stay one price.
No. Like gold was $300 not too long ago. It's now $2,000. It doesn't stay at the same price. It goes up as you print more money.
It's more of a speculative investment.
No, I don't think that's. I don't think that's like Michael
Look, I'm not
Saylor
saying
and others.
it's turned out to be a great investment for those who are investing in it. I'm not saying it's a bad investment. I'm just saying long term, if we're all sitting around this table,
Tom,
10 or
you're
20
here.
years from now,
Explain how it's sound money. It's sound money.
I understand.
I don't.
It's not that I
you
don't
sure?
understand conceptually what's going on.
Why do
here.
you say that it has no use then, other than nefarious uses?
No. I think the use case is as a speculative tool, as a way potentially even to hedge against other things. If you think that it's correlated or non-correlated to other things, that is the use case. That's the utility.
Seems like CNBC wanted to get out of that segment kind of quick. Look, guys, the value prop is simple. As Bitcoin supply flow gets cut in half, as the strength and utility of the network only increases, more and more demand is stepping up, more and more demand is rolling in. Mike Novogratz explains this.
I think the big story is we've now opened up the institutional, the RIA community, right? $45 trillion of wealth are managed by brokers. And, we've got baby boomers who own most of the wealth in America, and they're getting their first easy access to Bitcoin. And you're seeing it through these ETFs, the massive growth in a very short period of time in this whole ETF complex. And I don't think that's going to stop, right? Last night we had $135 million of inflows after that slowed down from 400, 350. Paul Tudor Jones taught me early on in my career that prices get set on the margin, right? And so when we've got more buyers and sellers, prices go up. And I see a kind of a constant, these are hodlers as well, right? These are guys that are buying, put it in their portfolio and hold. They're not traders. And so the ETF buyers in general that are coming through these RIA channels, I think are taking supply off the market. So I still see Bitcoin ending the year a lot higher. That said, could we consolidate around here for a little while? Of course we could.
How many advisors can actually recommend Bitcoin as a product today versus how many will be able to do that in 6 months from now?
I don't have a perfect answer, but I would tell you at least double in 6 months. Right? There are big channels that still aren't turned on, that we know they're going to get turned on, right? We're in conversations with them. These are the big platforms. And there's an inevitability to it. Why? Because their customers are calling and bitching at them and saying, we want to buy Bitcoin with you. And so then the sales guys who get paid for selling stuff are screaming at their bosses. And so I'm certain it's going to happen. This is not, it might happen. It is going to happen. It just takes time. These organizations are very conservative in general. And, crypto scared the heck out of people 18 months ago. And so there's still scar tissue. It's surprising that we have a approved, U.S. sanctioned Bitcoin ETF, and it's still very difficult for a lot of crypto companies just to get banking services in the U.S.
So Mike Novogratz is the poster boy for Wall Street turned crypto. Let's see what Mike thinks about Tom Lee's price prediction.
So Tom Lee was on the broadcast earlier this morning and said that he thinks this could be at $150,000 a Bitcoin by the end of the year. What do you think?
When markets get new buyers and start breaking out, it's hard to have a price prediction. I do think we will test the old highs, in a relatively short period of time. And if you take out 69,000, usually you don't go right through the first time. You'll touch them and you'll come all the way back and you'll be mad you didn't sell something and then it takes off again. But once you break 69,000, listen, it could measure to 150,000, right? 125,000. Again, what would have to happen? The Fed finally pivots and starts cutting rates, right? We continue to have fiscal irresponsibility.
Let's go back for a second. How correlated do you think that? I mean, it's funny you said that because there's a lot of folks who think this is correlated to what the Fed is doing, but then there have been periods of time where it has seemed completely unrelated.
Yeah, listen, there's two stories with Bitcoin that always happen. One, it's a macro asset. And the second, we're early on in the life cycle, so there's an adoption cycle, right? Right now, this is all adoption. This is new buyers coming in and being told the big picture story. that you need to have this in your portfolio because we've got fiscal irresponsibility that's not going away. And this is a hard asset. And more people are believing, despite Jamie Dimon, despite Elizabeth Warren, that this is a hard asset. And so that's what's driving it now, but it's still a macro asset.
Well, luckily CNBC still has good guests, and of course there's Joe Kernan, who always gives a fair shake for Bitcoin. Guys, this is why our channel exists, to give you the info that the mainstream media does not cover, and if they do, they never give you that much perspective. Guys, subscribe to the channel, join our team. Bitcoin is the future, cryptocurrency is the future, and there's a lot of altcoin projects I'm bullish on. We share those with you all the time. Going to have some top altcoin videos coming out soon. So join the team, guys, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be a great year.